offensive execution, ball movement, player movement, setting up assists.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Steph, Clay, and Dre on the perimeter. Down low, it's Green and Bogut. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Al Horford, the Dominican big man, won 2 titles with that great University of Florida team, actually back-to-back titles in 06. 7. You really love his skill level. There's not much he can't do. He gets up and down. He's a terrific passer, and his mid-range jumper is spot on.
He doesn't get the second one. And Steve, for Horford, consistently a threat from mid-range. It's curious that he has struggled at the free throw line the last couple seasons.
Yeah, it must be something mental, because you think about what a good shooter he is from the outside. Some people have even thought maybe he should shoot threes from time to time. But the free throw line struggles, that's something that's bothered a lot of people over the years, and usually it's a mental block of some sort.
Bogut with a screen on Teague. And Green slams it in. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action. You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post, Clark.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
Iguodala against T. Great D that time from Green.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Bogut kicks to Curry. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his first foul. Here's Curry. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. He kicks to Green. Iguodala outside. Just 5 on the clock. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala.
This is not a tough case to crack. I mean, if they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on defense.
Yeah, they continue to fall asleep in the transition game, guys, and everybody needs to hustle back, turn their heads, find the ball, find their man.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
22 seconds on the shot clock, 22.
And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 9-1 run right now. Green with a screen for Curry. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Now the story is points in the paint, Clark. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
You know, Golden State historically has always been a dangerous offensive team, but it's really their defensive improvement that triggered their elevation into the upper echelon of the NBA now.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Warriors leading by 10. .156 left in the first half of the game. Good work defensively by Millsap.
Couldn't convert, but nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
Not a good look at the hoop. They've got to do a better job offensively creating some space.
Now Curry. He has 7. The drive by Iguodala. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Well, Kevin, Steve Kerr taking over as head coach of the Warriors, a 5-time NBA creating sustained success. He said, "We've got a chance to be really good for the next decade. Let's just take a swing every year and be consistent with our efforts, and we'll have our chances." And we get to watch him, Kevin.
Looking to build something that'll last. Thank you, Doris. Into Green. Iguodala dishes to Curry. Thompson left side. Just 4 to shoot. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Millsap attacking. Outside Teague. He dishes it to Korver. Shoots the 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Bogut's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Korver, no luck.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Iguodala with the bucket. Iguodala's got 6.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
It's deflected. Korver. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
And how did he get that to go?
Even after the whistle, I like the awareness, the alertness, and the presence of mind to finish the play.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but you know, anything can happen.
Some fantastic numbers for Thompson. He's got 17 points and just an amazing performance from downtown.
He is raining down the threes, guys. You know how much I love to see this.
Teague and Korver in the backcourt. Jamari Carroll is out there with Mike Scott. And it's Ontic in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
A lot of big things happened for Kyle Korver last year, but the one that sticks out in my mind is that he was able to tie and then break the record of 90 consecutive games with a made three-pointer. Says a lot about him as a player, his work ethic, and his consistency.
And for Korver last season, his streak ending in 127 games with a made 3, and it was his most efficient season, Clark, as far as his scoring.
Well, he was over 90% at the line, and he hit from everywhere on the floor. I mean, an absolute laser from behind that three-point line. You look at his shot chart, and it's a big field of green, which is made buckets.
Stripped away. Carroll passes to Teague. Here's the 3. The Warriors pull it in.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number 1, this game is out of hand.
Exactly. I mean, the score is right where you'd expect it to be when the battle on the boards is that lopsided.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Green kicks to Curry. And here we go. Teague heading to the hoop. Misses off the right iron.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, and at least as I look at it.
And the foul on Mike Scott. That's his first foul. Al Horford is checked in for Atlanta. Millsap comes in for Mike Scott. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
The Hawks trail by 13. Teague dishes to Korver. Pass to Carroll. Pulls up. Rebound Bogut.
Ice cold here to start the third quarter. 0 for 5 now. And assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Really an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Korver, no luck.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
It's Curry with the drive. It's stolen by T.
You know, it's quite surprising to see them leading at this point, given the number of turnovers they've already committed.
No question. There's been some good and some bad from them in the first half, but they need to tighten things up here.
And he gets it to go. Thompson's got 8 here in the quarter.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Hawks shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. He's off on the first.
At the line for the Hawks.
Al Horford, 6'10", 250, really a natural power forward who's been asked to play at center for his whole career. He's shown himself willing to battle bigger players inside, but you got to think he'd welcome a chance to switch back to the 4 spot.
To end the run. No good. Nice D for Bogut.
And this is why you need size inside, the ability to contest shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Andre Iguodala is perhaps the premier wing defender in the league. Dre himself said, "I used to always joke with my coaches, I could play defense in my sleep. But it's not just natural ability," he said. "There's another me in the league. They have the same things. Long arms, quick feet, and they can defend. They just choose not to do it." Kevin?
It comes from within, Doris. Thank you.
And for Horford, you know, able to scrap inside to overcome his lack of size defensively, his quickness is his biggest advantage. I mean, he's excellent at moving in space and defending the pick and roll.
And you can feel the momentum swinging. They needed that shot badly.
Steve, I sense some frustration here. It seems like they're getting a little frustrated. It's understandable because they've given up this big run.
It's Thompson off the drive. Outside for Curry. Six on the shot clock. For the 3. That's good.
That's a good minute.
Curry's got 5 points now this quarter. Here's talk about Horford's advantages playing center. Certainly his offensive skill set among those advantages.
Yeah, and an excellent mid-range jump shooter and ball handler. He can face up, he can draw opposing bigs further out than they'd like, but he's also strong enough and quick enough to get past them and get to the rim.
And the basket good.
What a terrific job to get the release perfect that time. I thought it might get blocked or deflected, but nice stroke.
Even with giving up a lot of size in that matchup, still able to get off a nice long-range shot there.
Here's Mack. Tipped away.
Excellent job to track down the long board.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Offensive rebound. Curry. Iguodala outside. Back to Curry. Kicks it out to Iguodala. And the miss. And so it's Golden State with it. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, on the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. Down low, it's Green and Bogut. And it's Curry in the point guard position.
Last season, Andrew Bogut was able to say that he was the healthiest he's been in years. And that might not seem like much, but it makes a huge difference for him to be at full strength.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
And with Bogut feeling 100%, you know, he had so many injuries over the years leading up to last season that it was hard for him to really find himself once again. But he's 100%. He's really a force in the middle.